Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com here in Mississippi, we welcome you guys back to our broadcast. Also tuning in online worldwide via our podcast at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We're glad you all could be with us as well. Well, there is nothing like being able to see your dreams come true and to be able to see your hard work paying off. And our next guest definitely has been able to do that. We're excited to welcome back Chef Stanley Trotter to our broadcast today. You guys know him, of course, from Cornell Catering, but he's also an individual who's been able to do some great things in the community and shares passion with food with everyone around the world as well. He's being able to do that in a big way because of this competition that's going on right now. Carla Hall, who we've had an opportunity to interview here on Conversations Live, she once again is doing Carla Hall Presents Favorite Chef, and Stanley Trotter is a quarterfinalist right now. He's going to talk to us not only about the experience, but what it's been like for him to be able to share his love of food and also how you guys can support him as he's in the competition as well. Stanley, great to speak with you again, man. Thanks again for the time.
Man, it's my pleasure, and amazing introduction, by the way. Amazing. Always a pleasure.
Appreciate that. Well, look, we've had the opportunity to speak to several of the top chefs here on the program over the years, Carla being one of them. And what I've always loved and appreciated about her is how she's always looking for ways to be able to turn the attention back, either to her audience or to fellow chefs. So I want to talk about, first of all, this experience. As I mentioned, as we're having this conversation right now, you're a quarterfinalist in the Carla Hall Presents Favorite Chef. What has it been like for you to see the response so far, Stanley?
I just want to say it's about Carla Hall. Miss Carla Hall has definitely been a beacon in the culinary world. First and foremost, great lady, great personality. But what it's been like for me in the competition is just being overwhelmed by the support that I'm getting from my hometown, for one, Yazoo City, Mississippi, for two, the people that I've worked with over the years during my catering journey. It's just been so unreal to me to see the amount of support and the people coming in groves to back me.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your own love of cooking and food. When did that begin for you, Stanley?
Man, if I put an actual date on it, it probably would date back to the early 90s. My grandma used to do a whole lot of cooking in the kitchen. And, I mean, the whole neighborhood used to join over there, and she'd feed the whole community. And I think that's where my love derived from. It started there. It started right there with my grandma, at Grandma's house.
Wow. And now, of course, through Cornell Catering, you've been able to literally share your food with the world, meeting some amazing people along the way. Talk to us about that experience, what it's been like for you to see the growth, not only of your own business, but also being able to share what you're able to do as a chef with others.
Right. I was mentored by a lady by the name of Amelia Payne. She's an awesome lady out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I always tell anybody, if you want anything in this life and you're good at anything, you have any special talent, to seek mentorship. And that's what I did. And through her, we've catered alongside her with Mr. Neo, the R&B singer Neo, his wife Crystal, his ex-wife Crystal. We've catered alongside her with Al Richardson, the Hall of Famer for the Atlanta Falcons. We were able to come back to Mississippi from Atlanta and utilize that knowledge. And through her, I mean, we came back and did some amazing things on our own with catering for Miss Maggie Wade, catering at Tougaloo for Mr. Benny Thompson. I mean, we've done a lot of great things with our talent and gifts and our mentorship that she provided us.
Right. So I think that is why it's so cool to be able to see the success you're having, on this national scale now with this competition. So when you found out, I'm curious, when you found out you were a quarterfinalist, Stanley, how did you feel?
I was excited. I've celebrated every win from the top 20, the top 15 to the top 20 to the top 5. Now here in the quarterfinals, I'm trying not to get too complacent. I'm trying not to get too comfortable because I know it's anybody's game, but I'm feeling excited, and I hadn't lost the fire. Like, I'm still on fire for this competition.
Got you. So for those who may just be hearing about Favorite Chef, and again, I've had an opportunity to interview other contestants, I have to say, before, but how did you first find out about Carla Hall Presents Favorite Chef?
Well, my wife, Dolores, she actually sent me this sent me this link, and I didn't have my sights on the competition, and I really didn't know too much about the competition from the outstart. And I just said, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. And we got signed up, and here we are.
Yeah. Well, I want our audience to know, and I'm sure Stanley already knows this. I've been mentioning he's in the quarterfinals, but I want our audience to know here, Stanley, you're currently first right now at the time we're having this conversation, and they can be able to take you all the way because the voting goes all the way into July the 11th, so there's still time for our audience out there to be able to continue to support them. Now, I want to talk them through, because I've been voting for you myself, Stanley, so I want to talk to them about my experience. Then I'm going to let you kind of walk them through how they continue to show the support. So what I did was I saw the link, of course, on Dolores' page, on your wife's page. I then clicked on it. It asked for access through my Facebook to be able to go in and vote. For our audience out there, you get one free vote that you're able to do that day, but you can also be able to make donations to be able to get additional votes, and that's what I was able to do. So, Stanley, it really has been an opportunity, even though it is, your skills that are being recognized. It really gives the audience, us, an opportunity to show our support of you and being able to help spread the word. They made it very easy for me after I voted. I can then be able to share on my social, of course, about it as well. So I want to talk about that experience, what it's been like for you to see how people have been showing up for you, Stanley, and being able to show their support.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Those of you who actually vote, do the free votes, that's amazing. The donation votes, that's amazing as well. They have what they call the double votes day, and that's where your one vote turns into 2 votes, 10 votes turns into 20 votes, and your donation of 20 votes turns into 50 votes. 25 votes go into 50 votes, and so forth, so on. Those donation funds, they go to a foundation called the James Beard Foundation. It was established back in 1986, and they actually were founded to support the restaurant industry. They champion the restaurant industry, the young chefs who are up and coming. So that foundation is amazing in that aspect with what those funds are being able to do. And I think everyone should know where their dollar's going. It doesn't come directly to any contestant. It goes straight to that James Beard Foundation.
Love that. And I think the other great thing, too, that we're able to know just by looking at the site is that there are some great things, and not only, of course, in winning this competition, Stanley, but, the winner's going to be featured on the cover of Taste of Home magazine. Of course, being able to spend time with Carla Hall herself, which is a big thing. But then there's the money, too. A lot of money, $25,000, right? And what I always think, for those of you guys out there who are Top Chef fans, which is how I kind of got connected with chefs like Carla, is that, the money is not just to say, I get this money, to be able to invest in your business when it comes to restaurants and equipment, because it is an industry that takes a lot to make it happen. So what would winning this, what would it mean for you, Stanley? What do you want our audience to know about why winning this is so important for you?
I think only God knows that answer. But What I'm hoping is that the opportunity propels me further in this culinary world. I want this opportunity to not only provide me with the resources that I'm aiming for, but that also that $25,000, I want to utilize that money to create my own culinary kitchen down here, my own commercial culinary kitchen down here to help young chefs excel and help them just get to the point where they can have a safe place to go and exercise their culinary skills.
Right. And that brings me to the last thing I want to talk to you about, Stanley. Then we're going to let our audience know how they can continue to support you before the deadline coming up on July the 11th. And that is, how does it feel to go from having people like Carla Hall that you look up to now being someone, Stanley, that people can look to and say, I want to be like, Stanley Trotter. I want to be able to pursue my dreams like him. How does that feel?
Feels great. It feels great. And I hate for my answer to be so simplistic, but, that's all I can say, because right now I'm just overwhelmed with, like I said, the support and the love that I'm being showed right now. So I haven't been able to answer that question for myself yet, but I'm sure along this competition, maybe in the end I'll be able to answer that question in more detail.
Got you. Well, we will have you back to be able to.
I'll be thinking about that all day.
Yeah, look, we will have you back to make sure we get more of that answer for sure. But in the meantime, we do want our audience to know that we have an opportunity here, not only, of course, for WYAD 94.1 FM and the audience there, but also our online audience worldwide via our podcast at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music. We have an opportunity to support Stanley Trotter in this Favorite Chef competition. So, Stanley, I'm going to turn it over to you. Let our audience know how they can be able to get the information and how they can support you.
Okay, so you can go over to my Facebook page at Stanley, Stanley, Cornell, Cornell, last name Trotter, Trotter. And I have pinged the link right below, so you'll be able to see it as soon as you hit. And I'm on there constantly giving a lot of informative information about the contest, a lot of informative information about cooking. I'm doing a live cooking show every Thursday. If you're available this Thursday, come tune in, come show me some support, show me some love, and you can vote right there on my Facebook page.
Awesome. We'll make sure that we link that up as well. Again, everyone, Chef Stanley Trotter has been our guest here, talking with us, not only, of course, about his own love of cooking, but what it's been like for him to share that literally with the world. Of course, you guys also know him from Cornell Catering, but now he's competing right now as a quarterfinalist in the Carla Hall Presents Favorite Chef competition. He's currently first place, so you guys can be able to continue to show your support. Again, as you mentioned, we'll have his Facebook page linked for you guys. For those joining us on the radio side, we'll make sure that it's on the Facebook page for WYAD. You guys can go over there, click, share it, being able to show your support there. Stanley, man, congratulations to you, man. Really proud of you and excited for all the great things happening for you, and looking forward to having you back on the broadcast, man.
Yes, sir. Hopefully I'll come back with the win.
All right. Sounds great. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.